What's up, guys? Kevin Jones here, Developer Relations Engineer at EdgeNode. So excited today. We're going to be talking about Pinata Agents, and more specifically, how you can spin up an OpenClaw agent with Pinata Agents using a template. We're going to be showing off two different templates. The first template is ampersend, and it's going to give your OpenClaw agent a wallet, but not only just with a wallet with guardrails in place, so that you can give a spending cap per transaction, per day or per month, and then also do things like auto top up the wallet or automatically withdraw funds from the wallet at a certain threshold. So there's lots of cool stuff you can do. You can visualize it. Really nice platform, and we're going to be using that. Additionally, we're going to be spinning up a second template and show off how you can use the ampersend SDK in front of a subgraph MCP server on the Graphs network. So if you're not familiar with the graph, we have what are called subgraphs, and subgraphs serve data about various blockchains. And more specifically, they give you the ability to kind of get real-time analytics, and we're going to be showing you how you can monetize that using a x402 payment gateway with an OpenClaw instance, and so you can make money with your OpenClaw agents. So let's dive into it and get started. And thanks so much for following along. And yeah, let's check it out. All right, so all you're going to want to do is go to the pinata.cloud website and log in. Once you log in, you're going to go to this main page, and you're going to go down here to Agents and click Agents. Then you're going to go to Agents Portal. When you do that, it's going to take you here to the Agents Portal. And more specifically, you're going to have the ability to create an agent, okay? You can see here I have a couple agents that I've already deployed. I want to show you guys the flow so you understand how to do it. But all you need to do is say, okay, I'm going to create an agent. You can do a very basic agent if you want here, but we're talking about the templates. So let's go to the template section, which is here. And at the time of this recording, there's no templates published, but there will be a couple templates here. One will be subgraph MCP with ampersend, and then one will just be just ampersend, and then there'll be a couple other partner ones. But more specifically, you look for the ampersend one or the subgraph MCP with ampersend, and you can use those. And I'm going to show those off here in a little bit. But I just want to show you here the process here. If we actually choose one of those from my existing templates, we can go ahead and click here, and then choose deploy agent. It's going to ask you a couple questions. One is what AI provider you want to use. So you can pick whatever you'd like and then add the API key. And then you can also search for any variables or secrets that you want to add from the secrets manager. So we have the secrets vault that's over here. And you can configure your chat connection with that, with that agent so that you can communicate outside and away from your computer. But then you just click deploy agent. And so this will just take a second. You let it kind of run through and do its thing, and then it will get set up. For the purposes of testing, what we'll do is we'll actually just go ahead and skip right to the ones that we have set up. And so we'll come to this one here. So after it's already set up, you'll kind of get this really nice UI, and you'll be able to chat with it right here, and there's some cool stuff you can do, like turn off thinking and tool calls or turn those on. It really is up to you. And you can actually go into the OpenClaw configuration, and then you can also go full screen like this, which is really nice. So by clicking this kind of full screen object, you can do that. You can also see how much memory is being used, stuff like that, which is here as well. Very, very nice. You can configure the access outside with your computer. You can configure your snapshots. These are kind of snapshots of the current state. So maybe you want to take the snapshot and put it in a Git after you've kind of made some changes. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do there. You can actually add skills, any skill that you use in, Cursor or Claude or something like that on your machine that you want to make sure your agent also has. You can manage your secrets here. You can configure your models. You can configure your routes, so how traffic is being routed inside of the actual instance. And you can also do custom domains as well, which is nice. So you can add this little custom domain on a certain port. You can make it public or protected. Very, very cool. And then you can also do cron jobs. You have console access. You have logs access, so you can see what's going on, if there's any errors. And then the very last thing is the danger zone, where if you come in here, you can restart the gateway or delete the agent altogether. But let's come here to the main chat. And what we're going to try to do is configure this agent with ampersand. The ampersand SDK is already installed. So all we need to do now is set it up. So we can say, set up the ampersand SDK for me. So you'll need an ampersand account. So all you need to do is go to app.ampersend.ai, and you'll want to go ahead and log in. When you log in, it will be kind of like ready to go for you to set up the wallet, and that's very, very simple to do. And let's go there. Where was it at? Oh, somehow I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. So what it does is once you say like set up the ampersand SDK, it's going to give you this URL. So we can grab that URL here and we can paste it inside of our ampersand page. And what it's going to do is it's going to ask you what you want to name your agent. So you can name it whatever you want. I'll just call this one Alice and hit save. I will add some additional config as well. I'm going to turn on auto top up here like this, hit save. And I'm going to give this agent automatically just 10 cents because we're just testing here. And we can adjust monthly limits as well. Like maybe we only want them to spend, I don't know, $5 monthly limit. And maybe like per transaction, we only want them to spend like, I don't know, 25 cents or something like that. So you can kind of make this however you want. And then we can go ahead and approve. You can also publish to ERC 8004, which is really cool. So once this is created, it's going to kind of give you a screen that says, cool, account has been created, this action was approved. And when you come back here to Pinata, you can just say, okay, please finish. Now, this is going to kind of finalize the configuration and make sure now that your agent has a wallet. And it gives you a public address and it gives you the agent's account. And now you can actually like try to query something. So just for testing, I always like to test this one, which is http://pay.xyz/market-mood. So we'll say, please make an x402 payment to this. So this is going to try to go out and query that endpoint. And it costs 2 cents, which you're not really getting much for that, but it's just a really good way to test. Whoever's running the server is cleaning up. Okay, there it goes. So right now the fear and greed index is 44 neutral. And if we come over here now to Pinata or to ampersand, and we go back to the dashboard, we should see that we get some adjustment here. And we can also go to agents if we want to see for sure. And we can come down here and show all the agents and go all the way to the bottom. And here we go. So we paid 4 cents. It looks, oh, this is a different one. This is a previous one. Let's see where Alice is. I don't see Alice actually. Let's see. Oh, Alice is here. See if it worked. Authorized. So I think it should have worked. It says there was an authorized payment. And the receiver was here, so it should have worked. Yeah, we were able to get the response, so yeah, it should be working. And so that's very, very basic example of how you give your OpenClaw agent a wallet. Now let's look at the more, I guess, like advanced use case. So we have this other tab here, which you can see here, I've kind of just said, hey, like give me a system update, let me know how you're doing. And what's different about this one is when you first set it up, you're going to want to say, set up the subgraph MCP server and the proxy. And what it'll do is it'll run a script that's already kind of configured for you. We don't automatically do it. And we do automatically install the ampersand SDK, but if you want to use the subgraph MCP, it's going to build this from scratch and run it, the MCP server on your machine in this cloud. And what that's going to give you is going to give you instant access to the Graphs network. The thing is that you need to make sure you configure some environment variables to get that to work, okay? And the main one is that you need 2 things. The gateway API key, which is the Graphs API key. So you go to thegraph.com, go to the studio, generate an API key, put it in. Then if you're going to use the x402 proxy and want to sell this access to this MCP server, which is pretty cool. Then you can monetize the graph network. So you'll still need to pay your query fees on the graphs network, but you can collect USDC for this to pay for that, which is really cool. And you need to configure the CDP app ID and the CDP secret. So these are Coinbase developer platform keys that you can configure. This could be altered depending on any facilitator. You can also run your own facilitator if you'd like, but this is just kind of an example. And then the very last thing is this pay to address. So you need a way to allow people to make payments to you. Where do you want it to go? This can be grabbed from ampersend. You can create a wallet inside of ampersend as a seller. So you can say new agent, name it whatever you want, and configure earnings. And you'll get an address here that you can configure for. And once you have that, you can set it here. And so that'll be part of the setup when you actually come in and create the agent. And then you can do something very simple like, please query the graph network, subgraphs, MCP, and tell me the top swaps for Uniswap in the last 24 hours, or something like that. I don't know, you can ask whatever you want. And what this is gonna do is, it's first, if you wanna just get data locally, you can communicate over MCP. Okay, so we got the data back here. We have, just took a little bit of troubleshooting, but we were able to see the top Uniswap swaps by US dollars in the last 24 hours. And we can see that it broke that down for us here and makes it available. So very, very useful. All right, I hope you found this useful, and I'm excited to see what you guys build on top of these OpenClaw agents. Go check it out. Go to pinata.cloud. Go ahead and sign up for their Pinata service. Launch an OpenClaw agent, and be sure to use the ampersand agent if you want to pay for anything with your agent. You want to do those control guardrails for your agent spending. So thank you so much, guys, and I hope to catch you guys next time.